Yes, a very good evening to all of us. I'm so glad that you are here. This is day 3 of Ignite Possibilities with Coach Loice. And I am so happy that you are here. I can see you, Feven. I can see you, Professor Joyce. I can see you, Irene. And I'm seeing others. Catherine, welcome. Mumbi, welcome. Karibuni sana. I'll go straight on because I don't want us to take more than 1 hour today. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Great. So we'll start with where we were last time. Last time we did day 2 and we are still in Genesis. We reached where God created the heavens and the earth. And we realized that there were no limits because the only limits that we have are the limits that we create ourselves. There are no limits at all. And we realize that the heavens are for us to soar because the sky is just the launching pad for us. And we realize that possibilities must be created. You can't have possibilities without creation. So igniting possibilities means there was nothing, just like there was no heavens and earth and God created. There was an action to it, creation. So possibilities are only or happen only when we create. So today we continue with that conversation and we are still in the beginning. God created the heavens and earth. Then now we move on. We move on from where we left because now, yes, we said you must create those possibilities. You must create that world that you want. But how then do you create that beautiful world that you want? The way God created, and we saw it was so beautiful, heavens and earth, so beautiful. So how then do you create your beautiful world? So that is our conversation today. And I want us to interact using the chat where it is possible to communicate. Kindly use the chat so that I don't have to call you to speak. So how then do I create my beautiful world? Let's see how God did it. Then God said, and that is my number 1 strategy: speak your world into existence. Possibilities will not happen when you don't speak. Speak your world into existence. Then after God had created the heavens and the earth, then God said, let there be light. And I want you to notice the creative power of the spoken word. The creative power of the spoken word. It was not enough for God just to create. He had to speak. And you'll see later in the Bible, that's when now he said everything is beautiful. Because he had not only to create, but he had to speak. Then God said, and remember, you are made in the same image like God. And that's why you have the power already within you, packaged within you to speak. Let there be light. And there was light. Beautiful conversation here. God said, let there be light, and there was light. Speaking your word into existence. Don't just create. Go the next step and speak. So that is the creative power of speaking, the creative power of your word. Your word creates. So what is it that you want to create, that you have been postponing, that you have been imagining that is not possible? Now we are igniting possibilities And the first step from today is you're going to speak your world into existence. Just like God said, let there be light. And there was light. It was that simple. That is the creative power of speaking. And immediately there was light. Where do you need to ignite in your life? Which area do you need to speak light for light to be in that area of your life? Speaking your word into existence. This is so powerful, and I pray that you get it the way it is, the power of your words. And you are created in the image of God. You have the authority to declare and to decree that light, any place where there's darkness in your life. Now you have the opportunity to ignite possibilities in that particular area by speaking. I want this to sink because it's our number one lesson this evening. Welcome those who are joining us. If anyone is new, you will need to listen to day 1 and day 2, where I've introduced myself. And I am here to help you to ignite, to bring light, to bring that brilliance into your life. That's why I am here this evening. We are speaking light into that dark place of your life. I don't know what that dark place is, but this evening we are saying that you can speak light into that area. You can speak your world into existence. You can ignite possibilities in that area. And I want you to put in the chat, which is the area that you are speaking light this evening. I want to read that. What areas are you speaking light to this evening? Which areas? Put them in the chat. Let's see what's coming up for you. Speaking your world into existence. What is the world that you want? At least I want to see 1 or 2 people who are bold enough to communicate through the chat. Yes, I'm waiting. Let there be light. Light where? Where is this light being in your life? Where exactly? Let there be light. Speaking your world into existence. That is the first step this evening, and the takeaway you're going to go home with is that for you to ignite possibilities, then you must speak your world into existence. I think we are together. So what then will be the words that you are going to use this evening? And Irene says, in soaring up to higher opportunities. Amazing, amazing. You see, now you are already speaking. This is creative. Whatever you put on this chat, you are speaking. In soaring up to higher opportunities. Amazing, Irene. Mubi says, alternative source of my income. In her website that she was creating, Mumbi says, let there be light. Exactly, speak light, speak. Yes, Mary said, let there be light in my relationship with my siblings. Yes, yes, yes. Speak it, let there be light, let there be light, and there shall be light. Full stop. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. Yes, Fervent says, let there be success in my studies. Exactly. Mercy says, I am speaking life to my health. Let my chest be strong and free from frequent infections. And that is your portion, Mercy. Bosibori says, actualizing my business idea. Oh, this is profound. From today on, we are going to speak life and not death into our life. We are going to speak blessings and not curses. Even when your children disturb you and they are difficult, let there be light. When your marriage is threatening to fail, let there be light. Let there be light in my career. Let there be light. Oh, yes, we are igniting possibilities. This is amazing. Thank you for speaking, ladies. This is great, great, great. So your words create. Whether you want life or you want death, that is your choice. The choice of words that you are going to use as you speak, that's what you're going to get. When God says light, he got light. That's what he manifested. So whatever you're going to manifest is what you are going to say, your words. So then this makes us then to be very conscious about the choice of words that we are using in our creation. The choice of words. What words are you going to use? Then it makes you to start reflecting. If I want good health, like Mercy said, she wants light in her health. She's going to start speaking words that bring light to her health. And Mercy, what are the words when you say speak light to my health? What words are you going to say? And I can see you have said already, let my chest be strong. Exactly, the choice of words, and free from frequent infection. So you speak what you want, not what you don't want. Most of the time when I'm dealing with ladies and they're setting goals or they're having affirmations, they keep on talking about what they don't want. Instead of owning their power, bringing their power and speaking what they want. People would come to me and say, oh no, I don't like that job. You're not speaking light there. Speak. I want this kind of a job. I want this kind of a career. Then let your words describe exactly what you want. Let your words describe exactly what you want. Don't focus on what you don't want. We are creating, and we create with our words. We choose our words so that they can manifest. Let there be light, and there was light. Speaking life, not death. Think about anything that you desire and speak life. Speak light unto it. That's how you are going to ignite possibilities. Maybe it is like Mary, who is selling out insurance and prospecting for customers. She has to speak light in that area, and not only that, she has to have a choice of words of the kind of a customer you want. It's not every customer, Mary, that is going to ignite your career, but is that particular customer. That's what you describe the customer. I want a customer who pays immediately. Yes, that is the kind you describe what you actually want. Don't just leave it there. Don't just say, I want a good customer. Who is a good customer? Describe it. And what you'll realize, Mary, as you describe the kind of a customer you want, then all the others that you don't want will get away from your path. You'll realize, they have a problem, they can't pay. And you move on and they are left behind. Those ones are not your customers. The ones who are yours, as you speak, they will be attracted to you. The other ones will just be left down. And you see the ones who have done Unleash the Leader, we have that story that we give about the eagle and the crow. And the crow was on top of the eagle, and the eagle went further and further upwards to the heavens. And the crow could not survive. The brilliance was too much for them. They had to fall off because they can't breathe in those high vibrations that are in the heavens. So that is the same way. People who are not of the same nature, people who are not of the same kind, like you, will not be able to survive with you. You will let them go. You have to let them go. People who are not bringing light into your path, people who are bringing you down, speaking to you telling you you can't, how you can't. Those are not people who are going to take you to the path where you want your brilliance to be there. And because speaking is praying, then you realize that as you speak more positive words, as you speak more abundance in your life, you realize those people who cannot cope with that, hey, they will just go. And now for you is to let them go. Don't hold on. Don't hold on to people who are not taking you to your path of brilliance. As you ignite, there are those who will be blinded by your brilliance. They can't survive. They cannot understand how Mumbi is a whole advocate and is running a website. They cannot see that. So you have to let them go. That is the idea, Bosibori. That business idea, as you speak light to it, there are people who will be offended. There are people who will, this light will be too much for them. So let them go. Don't focus on them. Focus on what you want. Bring life. So number one lesson is speak light into your life. And I hope we are together. We are doing well. Beautiful. Now let's move on. I want to bring you to a story. Remember, our first chapter, our first lesson was about with God, all things are possible. And that's why I've anchored these lessons on the word of God. And there is a story in the Bible about this centurion who had a servant that was sick. I hope you can remember. If you can't remember, just go back and read in the Bible, you'll find it there. And this centurion said, oh, Jesus, you can't come under my roof because I am an unworthy man, but only speak a word, and my servant shall be healed. Look at that. Speak a word. Because this centurion understood that he was a man of authority, and whatever he said definitely had to be done. So with that perception and that conception of idea, when he came to Jesus, he knew that because you have authority, I recognize your authority. If you speak a word only, then my servant shall be healed. Why did I bring this here? Because I want you to see that your word will create no matter the distance. You don't have to be there. You don't have to be there for you to create. But by you speaking that word, it creates no matter where you are, no matter what situation it is, wherever it is. That is the authority of your word, that it can create. And this gives us a lot of power then. Remember, we talked about God packaging in us all this power and authority. That means then, this is a world of possibilities that I only need to speak, and I create possibilities. I create worlds for myself. Just like that centurion, he only told Jesus, speak a word only. Because I know that once you speak, it happens. Beautiful. Those are faith-filled words. So we are not just speaking, but we are infusing faith in it. And I'm coming to that in the next slide or something. So speaking a word only, and the servant was healed. It doesn't matter the distance. It doesn't matter the situation. Their words can thresh the mountains. Your word can create a beautiful world for yourself. So let's keep on speaking the right word. It's not just any word, it's the right word for the season that you are in. Because you know there are different seasons in life. Different seasons in life. And what is appropriate is only what is for that particular season. You can't speak about trees blossoming and it is winter time. So you have to know the right word to speak for your season. And in that season, as you speak, your word creates. So this is super amazing. We are speaking our beautiful world into existence. Beautiful. Now we move on. This is amazing. I want to see a comment. Yes. Yes, Mumbi says, yes, letting go of those that don't see the vision and only speaking possibilities. Those ones, you cannot stay with them. Mumbi, they cannot even stay near your aura because you are a ball of energy. When you are speaking positive things, those people cannot stay around you. They cannot, because you'll be like deflecting them. They cannot survive. And Catherine says, yes, my words will create that office space that I want to see. Wow. And I love that, Catherine. The way you've said, wow, that is conviction. And we are coming to that your words will create that office space. So start speaking now, Catherine. Start speaking that, because you are the spoken word creates. And I want to bring you another story. I love stories. I want to take you back to the Bible, Genesis 27, and just go and read the whole chapter at your own time. And let me see. Okay, yes. And in this chapter is a beautiful story about Esau and Jacob. And they were being blessed by their father, Isaac. But as you read the story, you realize that there was a short change somewhere. That Jacob came and he was blessed instead of Jacob. So when Jacob came, he realized that Esau had already been blessed. So let's look at this now. So Isaac trembled violently when he realized, I blessed who? I blessed Esau or I blessed Jacob? And he said, who was it then that hunted game and brought it to me? Remember, he had said, you go and bring it to me. And he says, I ate it just before you came, and I blessed him. And indeed, you'll be blessed. I'm trying to show you here that this was the wrong person, not the intended person. But that did not limit the creative power of words. That did not limit the creative power of the spoken word. And go and read that chapter. You will see how Isaac blessed Esau with every kind of blessing. It was just amazing to read it. Every kind of blessing. He was blessed completely. I mean, he blessed Jacob. He was completely blessed. Such that now when Esau came as the firstborn, there was no blessing for him because he had spoken every word. And note that this word was to the wrong person, but it still created. That is deep. That is deep. I don't know whether you agree. I don't know who can speak this evening. Anyone who can comment on that? Anyone who can comment on that? Yes, yes. We are speaking. Anyone who can comment on that? I'd like to hear your perspective. This is my perspective. Yes?
Okay. Yeah,
yes.
Coach. If I can comment.
Yes.
Yeah, so from this story, in as much as the one who was supposed to get the blessing did not get, but so the blessing was already out of the mouth. So it could not be retrieved.
Imagine.
Yes, and we see that also went ahead and even blessed also with some blessing. So you could not retrieve the words and the blessings.
Exactly. I think even you have put it better. There was no way he could retrieve the words. And Isaac was just a man like you and me, just like you and me. Now think about how we have wasted our words. Wasted our words with our colleagues, at home, with our spouses, with our children, in seeking the blessings. Yes, Mercy.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Coach. As my friend has just said, it's true that life and death are in the power of the tongue. And I think Rebecca, is it Rebecca? Yeah, she knew this. She knew I have to make plans, even if it means lying. We just have to get that old man to speak. Because
Yes.
relation, and she knew that if this man speaks, then my son will be blessed. Yeah, so I wish we could. I know it's not easy, but if we could bridle our tongues and come to a spot where we train ourselves that you'll only speak life, trust me, the world will be a different place. Thank you.
Exactly. We'll be igniting plenty of possibilities in our lives if only we spoke the right words for that particular season. This is super amazing. When this came to me, I was like, wait a minute. Yes, it didn't matter. As long as the words were spoken, that was it. They were creating. So this combined with what we have seen about the centurion, same. As long as you speak the word, my servant shall be healed. It doesn't matter the distance. It doesn't matter where. Think about the power you already have to create the world of possibilities. Whatever you want, whatever you desire, it's yours for the asking. And this is so profound, so profound. You remember when I was telling you about the notebook I found? Actually, I came to realize it wasn't 206, it was 209. I was sharing this with my publisher this evening when he delivered the books that I've authored. And I told him this was spoken and written 209. And now we are in 2026. I mean 2024. The spoken word creates all the time. So we need now then, and I think it's in my next slide. Oh, sorry. Yes. You also remember Jesus talked about speaking to the mountains because the mountains have ears, they can hear. So when you speak to that mountain will move. That mountain will move. I think it was the same time that you also talked about the trees, because also the trees have got ears, and you remember he talks to a tree and it dried. So what are we trying to say? We are just trying to demonstrate that your words have power. So I want you to put down now in the chat again, we are speaking again. And this is my way of involving you. Just put it in the chat. Which mountains are you going to speak to? Which trees in your life are you speaking to? And what are you saying? So let's do that once again. Go in the chat. Let's do that. Let's speak. We are creating. Mumbi says, also the power of the tongue and the possibilities that lie with determination without looking back or looking at the situation and moving forward. Yes, Mumbi, you are correct. Mountains have ears and they're going to move. So what are the mountains in your life and what are you speaking to them? Mountain, move. Which mountain is this? Tree, be dry or be restored. What do you want to say? There are trees that you want them to dry off, like the trees of death. You want them to go away from you. Like the trees of procrastination, you don't want them in your life at all. Yes, Mary says it's all about faith. Yes, we've talked about faith and we are coming to that. Beautiful. Mountains have ears, trees have ears. Let's speak to them. Let's speak to them now. I'm waiting for the chat. This is so profound. And when you receive it the way it is, then you start igniting possibilities in your life, in your career, in your marriage, every area of your life. You start speaking and things start moving. Yes, so Stephen says, I speak success on my projects because those projects have been a mountain. And Magut says she's speaking to the trees of procrastination, tree dry. Yes, tree dry, and it is drying right now because of the power of your words, the words that you are using now, how you are describing it. So you can see, you have to know which mountain you are speaking to. You must name it. Yes, Catherine says it. Yes, the mountain of fear has to flatten completely and declare it, decree it. The mountain of death has to move. I love that. Mumbi says, I speak life to my website and drive the challenge of software engineering. Mercy says, I speak to the mountain of fear and self-doubt, and we are getting free because we are creating possibilities for us. This is how to ignite possibilities, to speak, to speak, to speak to the trees, to speak to the mountains. And even the storms in your life, they will listen. Like Jesus arose and rebuked the wind, and the wind had ears. It had peace, be still. Which areas are you speaking peace in your life? Because the winds are going to cease and there will be a great calm. Where are you speaking peace? Be still. You can speak happiness into your life. You can speak peace into your life. You can speak joy into your life. You can speak abundance into your life. You can ignite. Let there be light. Let there be joy. Let there be laughter in this home. Let our romance rekindle with my husband. Let it be. Arise and rebuke every storm, every wind, and let there be still. Peace be still. And the moment is said and said and said to what? Not to human beings. He said to the sea. Yes, to the ocean. Peace be still. And the winds obeyed immediately. The power of words. What are you speaking? What are you speaking? And the wind ceased. And we want all the winds in the storm to cease this evening, so that we have a great calmness in our lives. We can't go on procrastinating. We can't go on with self-doubt and fear. All those winds must cease. All those winds must cease. And we are speaking the right word. Look at this. This was a season. It was an event. What was the right word for this? Peace be still. And the winds obeyed. And they ceased. And there was great calm. You can speak calmness in your life. Sometimes ladies come to me, they are so rocked. I don't have this. This one has done this to me. Oh, my parents, oh, my boss, oh, the job, oh, the economy, everything. This evening we are saying, peace, be still. Be still. And this reminds me what Moses was told also. Be still. Things happen when we are still. He was told, be still. And I think I'll come to that on our last day, day 4. Be still. Yes. And peace be still to every situation in your life where there is need for great calm. Wow, I would love to read these comments. The movie says, I speak to the demon of procrastination and inconsistency. Yes, I speak peace to my health and wealth. Now imagine every morning you go to the mirror and you speak. You speak to your health. You speak to your wealth. You speak for those demons and winds to disappear from your life. Things can never be the same. You are igniting possibilities, a whole world of new possibilities. Bosibori says, I speak for abundance and greatness, no stagnation. As you speak, you receive. As you speak, you become. As you speak, possibilities are created. This is super amazing, and we are doing very well. So lesson number 1 for today is speak your world into, speak the world that you want, your beautiful world that you want. So let's see, I think now I can move to, oh, this is still about speaking. This is about controlling your tongue. I think it's Mumbi who talked about it. Before you speak, ask yourself, is it true? Think, is it true? So that you don't just speak in things that are false. And you see, anything that is contrary to the word of God is false. When God talks about good health and prosperity, and you're talking about scarcity, and you're talking about doubt and fear, that is not true, that is false. Whatever you are speaking, is it helpful? Does it help the other person? Does it kindle hope, faith in them? Does it help them to be better versions of themselves? Is it inspiring? Does it take them from where they are to the next level? So control your tongue such that it is only going to speak things that are true, things that are helpful, things that are inspiring, things that are necessary. And that's why we talked about the seasons in our lives. Is it necessary for that season? Because sometimes you may speak things and they are not entirely necessary for that season in your life. Wow, is it a kind word? Does it soothe? And when you go and just check, you can even just Google it, Google the creative power of words, and you will see that words ignite, and you'll be able to see the different scriptures in the Bible that talk about the power of words to soothe the soul. This will mend your relationships. This is going to help you to relate better with people at the workplace, people in the marketplace. You'll be able to have better relationships, marry with your siblings, because of the power of your words. So I think we are doing very well. So now let's go to our lesson today, number 2. Remember, we talked about with God, all things are possible. Then now we are introducing to them that believe. And this is, I think, where Mary was coming in and telling us the power of faith, the power of believing. And believing is not when you can see the results that you want. But believing brings the aspect of faith. And remember, what faith is seeing the unseen before it is seen. So we are not going to believe. It's not hard to believe when things are just plain view. And I mean, anybody can see and believe. But for it to be put in this scripture, all things are possible to them that believe. That is the only way you're going to ignite possibilities. You must believe. So as you speak, if it is not powered by the belief behind it, that shows that you believe that your words are creating, it's all in vain. These wings must fly together. As you speak, as you act, you must believe. So your belief then creates that world we're talking about. So this evening, those who have joined us, we are talking about Now, strategies to help us create. We saw that God created the heavens and the earth. And with the next sentence, God says, and God said, let there be light. So there was a saying. And every other verse that you go after that is God said, God said, God says. It didn't end with just the creation. So this is how we are creating, by speaking. Number 2, you must back your speaking with faith-filled words. You must believe it. It must come from, I think is my next slide. It will come from a conviction. There's no way you can have a conviction when you don't know your why. When you don't know your why, you'll not be convicted to be here. There are ladies who are just in the waiting line today to join this program this evening, because in their heart there was something bubbling. They knew their why they have to attend this. Otherwise, it just becomes like any other. There's no conviction. That means there's no commitment. So you can see how these things go together. Unless you have faith, then you don't have any belief. You don't believe in it. And there's no way you can believe in it when you don't know your why. Because whatever you believe with conviction, then becomes, and becomes is a process. It's not just a one-off. Because for you to believe with conviction is not just a one-off. It is a process of becoming the woman you are becoming. Then now it becomes your reality. And as we saw before from the story of Isaac, from the other story, it is whether or not it is true or false. That's why these are called principles, the principle of faith. Why? Because a principle works, whether you're a Christian or an atheist. As long as you believe, it becomes the reality. Those are principles. When you go to America and throw up a ball, it comes down. Whether you're in Turkana or America or UK, it is a principle of gravity. When you throw up, it comes down. So whatever you believe with conviction becomes your reality. And this shook me up, because every time when I see the word conviction, there's some emotions attached to that. There's some feelings attached to that. So I'm imagining the many times I've felt stirred with anger in my heart and spoke words, because that is conviction. Then now you start wondering why things are going this way instead of the way you anticipated, because you created it. You created it. Conviction, that feeling, that emotion that you displayed. So you can imagine if you have a great emotion of fear, then you create a reality. And those who have been in Abundant Woman program know that it is not just that reality, but everything that aligns with that reality. So maybe you believed with conviction your boss is an evil woman, for example. You believe you're a woman, or let's say about your husband, or let's say about your boyfriend, or let's say about your boss, or your child, whatever it is. Look at this. You are believing with conviction. You even justifying it. You can even number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's about that person. But what happens? You get a car accident. Why? Because those things are at the same vibration. Accidents and anger. Those are low vibrations. That's what we learn in the Abundant Woman. Those are low vibrations. So anything that goes to that, you start attracting. It comes in your world. It comes in your world. And we can't help ourselves. It's everything about the news. And that's why I stopped watching news unless it's something exactly I want to get information, because it's all negative energy. And that negative energy, the more you believe with conviction, the more it creates ripples of all that. You start realizing there's this, there's this, there's this. You know, we live in an evil world. So there's everything that is going wrong. Then you start absorbing that. You talk about these crashes, accidents, sickness, pandemics, everything. That's what the news is all about. There's no news about a baby who has been born, beautiful things. It's all about negative things. So instead of watching those news, go and watch something else. Geographic, it's what National Geographic or something like that, where you're seeing animals in their nature and you're seeing beautiful things. So you must start checking whether you are believing. And how do you know you are believing it? Through your emotions, through your feelings. They're going to tell you whether this is what you want or not. So watch your feelings, watch your emotions to tell you what state of creation you are in. And to me, that is so powerful. So reverse this then. When you want to create better things, have a conviction, know your why. And this was so profound for me because now we are talking about the book I'm launching on 7th September 2024. I remember I had to get a coach and it came to me without even knowing. I mean, this is a coach I've worked with. And I just asked him, hey, by the way, there's this course that you offer on this and this. Then just through that conversation, this dream that I had already had for so many years without manifesting, you remember I had potential. It was all within me, but I had not manifested it. And through that, we started a conversation. And the more we talked about the possibilities of me writing and having a book, the more I was convinced that I can do this. Then immediately I manifested the brother of the publisher, somebody else. And this one was Speedy. She leads. The book was She Leads. And I raised my hand without knowing what is ahead of me. I only needed to raise my hand and say I am in. Why? Because the book She Leads, just that title called me. It called me because those who have been through my Unleash the She Leader program, She Leads, Unleash the She Leader is the same thing. So there was no way. I was convinced and convicted. There was no way I was going to miss in that project by Zion Pearl Publishers. So it was not just any other book that called me. So many other partnerships have come in along my way, but they didn't call me. That was not my season. Remember, we are speaking the right word for the season. When that season came, and I have launched my program, Unleash the She Leader, then that book She Leads became, wow, there was no thinking. I was convinced, I was convicted. And what happened after that? I believed in the project. I didn't even know about, I didn't want even to ask. You know, when you are convicted, there's no even asking. I remember when Mumbik joined Blue Waters Coaching, she was in, I'm in, whatever it is. That is the attitude of conviction. I was talking to Mary here yesterday. And she told me, what, Coach Loice? I am coming for that launch of the book. Remember, she had a program from her place of work to go to Mombasa. But she said, no, I will rearrange so that I can create this reality because she believes with conviction that she needs to be there. Whatever you believe with conviction becomes your reality, but you must know your why. Why are you doing it? Is it calling you? Because that energy behind whatever you are speaking, whatever you are doing is what creates. Remember, it is creating all the time, whether it is true or whether it is false. The same way we saw those words that were spoken, it was whether it was to the right person or not, the words were spoken. And that reminds me of something else in the Bible. Whatever the word of God You know, it doesn't return to him void. It must accomplish. It must create. Beautiful. So we can anchor on the word of God because we are sure it creates. Now, you are also created in that image. You have the same authority. So now start speaking, start believing, start having the conviction. That is how to ignite possibilities. Wow, wow, wow. That is so amazing. So that was number 2. Lesson number 2 today as we ignite possibilities. That you must have faith, you must believe all things are possible to them that believe. And I'm so happy because all these things are in my book, especially the first chapters of the book. We talk about all that in different ways, just exactly the same thing I'm saying. So I encourage you to start buying the book at the pre-launch price, and I'm going to share with you the cover of the book very soon, so that once we are in season 18, we are prepared to dive right in. And number 3, go back and read the book of Genesis chapter 1, and then you'll come to the place after God has said and said and said, and he has spoken. It came a place that he looked back and saw. And so now we have moved from the mouth. Now we are coming to the eyes. And our number 3 is, what are you seeing when you look? What are you seeing? What are you seeing? How is that creation? What are you seeing? And I have a rider here. Start seeing yourself as queen. And that's why I think I adopted the title Quintette, because it's an identity. So that when I look at myself, I actually see a queen. So let's see then. There's that wheel of life there. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And we're looking at your financial journey, your career. We're looking at your mental. We're looking at your level of education and knowledge. Looking at your physical health, mental health. Looking at your surroundings and your interactions. We're looking at your spirituality, how you are practicing your values, your family relationships, your own environment, all these areas. What can you see? What can you see now? And talking about vision, where do you see yourself in 5 years in all these areas? And I want us to speak by putting that in the chat as we almost come now to the end of the class. I think it's already 7:30. Yes. So what can you see in 5 years? You can talk about any area of your life here. Are you seeing yourself as a queen, first of all? That is the starting point. And God saw it was good. So right here, as a queen, are you seeing yourself as a queen, or are you seeing yourself as not worthy, not good enough, not able? How can you see yourself? So a queen is the opposite of all that. And you can actually put down what you think a queen, or the powers of a queen. So that when you say you're a queen, what does it mean? It's good to define the why and the how that you are able to see. Then now you come and project that vision now. In 5 years, how is my family? In 5 years, how is my home environment? Is it the same cup that I've been using for the last 5 years? Do I just pray the same way I prayed 2 years ago? 5 years from now, where do I see myself in my spirituality? Where do I see myself interacting with the word of God? 5 years from now, How is my mental health? How is my emotional intelligence growing? Where am I? How is my physical health? Start now interacting with that vision of 5 years. And I want us, as we come to the end, I want to see your declarations of 5 years, 5 years from now, and say it as if it's already done, because you can see. Because you can see. I want a few comments so that we can see. I'm seeing Bishop Lady Catherine. I am seeing a fully restored Catherine. Wow, wow, wow. Bishop Lady. Wow, 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 wow. Yes, yes, yes. Fully restored Catherine. Someone else, thank you so much. See it as if already done 5 years from now. We are working from 5 years. Mercy says, in 5 years, I'll be Queen Mercy, happy, working close to God, financially stable with a master's degree in crop protection, healthy in a happy home. Amazing, amazing. Now look at that vision already you have and start believing in it. Start speaking it into your life. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. Someone else? Someone else as we come to the end? Someone else as we come to the end?
I
Yes,
tried to text, I couldn't.
yes,
So let me talk about it.
yes, Bevan.
Me in 5 years' time, I see myself start a research center.
Mhm.
A research center, yeah. That is my vision.
Beautiful. Now let's change the way we are putting our words together so that in 5 years you don't see, but we are already in 5 years. I am in this, I have already set up. You know,
Okay.
that is the way you say it now. Let there be light, and there
Okay.
will be light. So I am in this beautiful research center that I have created. You can even see yourself seated down on your desk there. You can see the employees there. Something, create it. Remember, we talked about speaking and describing. Yes, Mumbi
Okay.
says, I will be Dr. Ambassador. Hey, Mumbi Mwihuri, married and happy. So Mumbi rewrite it. I am married, I am happy. You see that it looks very scary because right now you are not married. And then now you are saying, I am married. That's how we are speaking now. We are speaking differently from how we have been speaking. So Mumbi, I am married, I am happy. That's what we are speaking every day in front of your mirror. I am married. Somebody will wonder, Mumbi, you're becoming mad or something, but that is your confession. That is your declaration. It's not about then, it's about now. We are collapsing the timeline. Yes, Mumbi, I will have my website. I have my website. This is the name on the website, and it is my fountain of health. I am healthy. It is I am. The power behind I am. So put it down again in the chat. More people, you can rewrite what you have spoken. Mombi, you can rewrite it so that it's powerful. Remember, as we speak, it creates. So it's no longer about that time. Myself, oh my goodness, I've already achieved my goal of being a published author. So I am a best-selling author. Yes, exactly. I am. Exactly. Let's move on. Let's have somebody else so that I am sure that you are getting what I'm saying. Rewrite if you have already written. If you have not, please put something in the chat. We are finishing. This is the vision. We are igniting possibilities. I am, I have. Yes. I want to see more. Oh, sorry. I've not seen them. Okay, let me come down. Okay. Oh my goodness. Now Mary got it. My clients are millionaires. Not they will become, not I will have. Right now, we have created the possibility of Mary's clients are are already millionaires. Oh my goodness. Now imagine, Mary, that is what you are professing every day. My clients are millionaires. I'm telling you, watu wa shilingi kumi kumi, they'll get out of your path. Utakuwa na millionaires. So the only limits that you have are the limits. You see, I've given you a chance. So if you have a limit, is a limit you are creating yourself. Yes, I can see Eunice and Mary right. Let's read Eunice. This is so good. So good. Eunice napotea haraka haraka. My name My name is Director Eunice Goko, SCCA. Exactly how you describe yourself. Not I will be, but I am already there. That is so powerful. And I am living, yes, now in the present tense, in my own beautiful house in an upmarket area. You see the power of your words. Already the moment you start saying them in that way, then they start creating a mental picture in your mind. You start having a mental picture because you already are. So you are moving from 5 years to now. You've already collapsed the timeline because already you are living. So the next question, Eunice, would be, how would a woman who is Director Eunice, SCCA, who is living in her own beautiful house in an upmarket area, how would she show up? This kind of a woman, how would she show up? Then you start practicing right now, whatever you are processing. Beautiful. Let's see what Mumbi has rewritten. Oh, Mumbi, I want your friends to hear this, that you are declaring to the world, I am married. Happy Dr. Ambassador Mumbi Mwihuri, owner of Gilmam Light Consultancy website, providing online governance and legal audit solutions, wealthy, healthy, and an author of Captured Vessel. Oh my goodness, she speaks. Oh my God, you are speaking it, Mumbi. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Wow, this is so good. So good. Now moving to next. This is Mercy's iPhone. I better rewrite exactly, Mercy. I am a happy queen. Full stop. Ooh. Just listen to that. I'm a happy queen. I mean, the winds have obeyed. Everything has obeyed. It is calm. I am walking with the Lord. Oh my goodness. I have a master's in crop protection working in a global organization. I am in a beautiful love field. Oh my goodness, married. Beautiful. I am financially stable, affording vacations. Already, this creates a mental picture you are creating. So this is the power of having a vision. This is the power of speaking the right words. This is the power of saying the right word, saying faith-filled words. This is amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, I'm looking at it. The chat inadisappear haraka. Okay. Yes, Bosibori, I will be in a step. I will be. I am a stable. I know it is very hard to write it. I am a stable entrepreneur, like right now in this situation. And we have said, just like that centurion, just speak the word. It doesn't matter the distance, 5 years. Right now, I am a stable entrepreneur. I am touching lives of other people spiritually right now. I am physically and mentally fit in a cozy environment. So rewrite that, Bosibori. Yes. Thank you, Magud. Thank you. Beautiful. I think we are getting there. So that is the vision you are creating for yourself, a vision of possibilities. And I come to the end with my beautiful masterpiece. It's a new book release. The title is Ignite. And that's what I am meant here for. to ignite you to possibilities by you unleashing that inner fire that is within you, by you helping you to step out of those doubts we've talked about, all those procrastinations we've talked about, so that you can step up as the queen we have talked about. And that is the only way you will stand out as a woman created in the image of God, a woman who creates.